thought how crazy it is that humans can just go live and like you gotta be in your right state of mind to go live on their phone and just talk? That's crazy if you think about it.
What's so crazy about it?
It's just because you don't know if you're gonna be talking to people
What's
that are
happening?
saying.
Hey, what happened? What's this?
I don't know.
Checking connection.
Maybe we don't have a connection, do we?
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Hey, is that Reggie Woods?
Yeah, that's Reg.
Hey, Reg, y'all back
What's
in
up,
town?
doctor? How you feel? Oh my God.
Why does it have to be so dramatic?
No, I'm just tripping because I ain't coming on. Damien Sexton, how you doing, Damien? Damien, where you from, man? I don't think we've ever met, have we?
Good evening, everyone. Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Julia Drake.
Yeah.
Glad y'all made it back safely, Reggie.
Yeah. Let's see how this goes. I'm trying to figure out why is it. Okay, here we go. Trying it again.
Maybe it's because we're supposed to be resting.
You're alive. Okay, yeah, we back. Yeah, we good.
Okay.
Good evening.
Hey, everybody.
Good evening. I know this is impromptu, and I know Facebook, you wasn't ready for this. So right where you are, all you got to do is just hit the share button. Look at Instagram. My Instagram people are coming on. Blessings to everybody that's under the sound of my voice. Hey, blessings to you as you're coming in. State your name. Let us know who you are.
Hey, Miss Jackson.
Let us know where you're
Champion
from.
Warrior.
Come
Hey,
on.
Bree.
Come on, Bree, what's up? Talk to me. Yeah, come on. To Keisha Hines, blessings to you. Grace and Truth Talks are live on tonight. How are you?
Babe, come now. You know it's 9 o'clock. I go to bed early, so listen.
Bianca from Atlanta, original Houston, Texas. Day, say your name, who you are from Houston. To everybody that's coming on, yeah, say your name. Let me know who you are. Kentucky, Miss Jackson from Kentucky. Yeah, state your name. Let us know who you are. Let us know where you're from. So y'all usually don't see us like this. You usually get the videos. Somebody say on their video, it's going crazy right now. I don't want nobody who don't want me.
Actually, I said anybody because I would not have used the double negative. So I don't want anybody who doesn't want me.
Well, okay. So you already see the difference. From Houston, you already see the difference. Okay. Double negatives. Make sure your grammar is on point. English is on point. From the ghetto.
No.
So sorry. From the hood. And from Bloomington Hills.
That's not true. I grew up in a Missouri city representing a suburb outside of Houston, Texas.
Yeah. Well, all of that, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna use a lot of double negatives.
That's okay, babe. It's okay, and I'll be right here hitting you in your thigh underneath the desk.
I wonder what made you choose a dude who you knew was gonna be having some double negatives.
It's not that deep.
Yeah, that's a great place for us to. I think that's a great place for us to start. Like, the home of DJ Screw. Look at all that. Yeah, I think that's a great place to start. Like,
what's the question?
Yeah, you knew kind of like my aunt, pretty rough, unpolished, not corporate, double negatives, the hood, real, rough background, penitentiary. And and you coming from Bloomington Hills.
So you just said you named all those things about you.
Yeah, I'm just
pretty amazing. Pretty much my greatest protector. A lover of God. You take really great care of me. I love you with my entire being. So everything that you just named that maybe thought was something that was I would go against. You were someone who loved God more than you loved ladies.
They gave you security.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, when we first met, it was kind of weird to start off because sometimes when you meet somebody and you are deeply in love and you all are enjoying each other,
Yeah.
sometimes you can take the attention of them loving you and constantly wanting to be around you. And then when you meet somebody that's a little bit different,
Yeah.
not that you did not want to be around me, but you had a real structured life where you weren't going to prioritize me over your love for God,
Yeah.
over your devotion with God.
You weren't used to that though.
No, I was not used
How
to
did you shake that?
How did I shake
I'm
it?
saying because I'm asking you the question because
that's
it's
a great
gonna be
question.
it's gonna be I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people on here right now that have been going through some relationships and they hadn't been producing the type of fruit they wanted to produce. It'll change your type.
Yeah.
Right. And they've been used to like dudes just being overly.
Well,
you know,
I'm being honest
how,
with you.
How do you make that shift? I guess the question is, how do you make the shift from what you're used to, from grabbing hold of to, you know, something that you're not used to?
Well, first of all, when I met,
share this, hit the share button, share button. We about to kick it for a second. We about to bring y'all in.
This is so impromptu.
Yeah, this is impromptu. We about to bring y'all and see how this go. Okay. Yeah, see if it's worth coming.
So I met, at the time, he was not Pastor James. He was just James Edwards, the most valuable motivator. He was doing motivational speaking. We actually met online. So I'm not going to tell you all the website because it was back in 2014, but we met online. And at the time, I don't even know why I was online. I think that I was just in a single place. I wasn't going out anymore. And I wanted to meet someone. And I always knew that God had made me a wife. And in the moment, I moved my credit card information. Back in the day, you could do like online dating and you could get like 7 or 14 days for free before they charge your credit card. So I went and removed my credit card and you were in my inbox and you wanted to talk with me.
Yeah.
And so our first conversation that we ever had, we texted a little bit back and forth. And then at that point you were like, hey, I want to, can I call you?
Yeah.
And we had a conversation and we talked for hours on the phone. And in that moment, you were asking, like, how did I make the switch?
Yeah.
It was a spirit to spirit conversation. So it was in that moment where I don't think I was even realizing I was making a switch. But then as we kept doing life together, there was one particular time where James was. What story I'm about to tell?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, because I got two I'm about to tell them. You're gonna say that. So it was one night we were getting ready to.
If it's skipping online on Facebook and YouTube, why don't you just shoot the Instagram at Pastor James TFCC?
Instagram has a signal.
And Instagram got a strong signal. I think we good. But go ahead.
So what part was I on? We were on. I lost my
train of thought. Just about to tell us.
Oh, okay. So. It's in our beginning years it's at our beginning time of dating. It's been like 3-4 weeks where we're dating. And you tell me like, hey, I'm going to call you. We're going to go do something. And so I never hear from him. And so it's about 9:00 and I'm like, this is so odd. He said he was going to call me. I thought we were going to have plans to do something and you just never called. So like the next day I said, okay, I got something for you. I didn't answer my phone when you called me. I didn't respond to you. I'm like, oh, I'm positive I did not.
Okay.
And so from there, you sent me a message, and then finally you were like, I apologize. I got caught up reading a book, and I ended up like falling asleep. Sure. And in the moment, I did not believe him because you're trying to figure out a man, and you're in this place where you're trying to understand if who you're dealing with is actually real.
She basically trying to say, this sounds like that.
Yeah, basically. So, but I said that to say what I was starting off saying was, you got really caught up. You were either reading your Bible or you were reading some type of self-help, some type of spiritual book. And I didn't know that until I really got a chance to know him. Like he will literally read his Bible. He will fall asleep. There are times now I can be in the room and it can be a Bible or a book that he's reading in the bed. And so in that moment, what I really realized was this is a man who prioritizes God first. And it was a shocker for me because I was so used to men prioritizing me first or being all the drama and all of that. But then when I really met a man that loved God, there would be times we'd be talking and you'd be like, Tiff, hey, I gotta go because I'm in the middle of like you used to run in this sweatsuit. You remember that, like that plastic thing? And you were like, this is my moment. I gotta call you back. This is my. So it was multiple things that you would do where I always knew I had a place in your life, but I always knew that it was God first and then me. And it was beautiful because that's why I felt safe with you.
Yeah, I got you. But I guess the question becomes how, I guess, because it took time for you to like get to know like that this is really who he is.
Right.
When a person begins to go through that, she may be just used to a dude, just all the dudes all the way at her, or he may be, used to all the time somebody, how do you make the swap in the, I guess, how do you be like, man, this God, and I'm gonna trust this and not be like, I feel like I'm chasing somebody?
Because this is the thing. If you only never know if you are pursuing the right thing, meaning like if I'm only pursuing God for a man,
okay,
then I will never fully understand if I'm making the connection, but because it's a me and God thing. So when I'm safe and I'm God's girl, and I'm safe and I know my Father loves me, and when I know the love of God, then everything funnels through to God. And before it gets to me, it funnels through him first. But most of them want to hear the voice of God or really, really wonder if it's for me. It's when we are pursuing to get something from God.
And we already got our mind made up for what we want.
Absolutely.
So if God speak against that, that ain't God.
Right. So when you're really walking with God, and I'm not even trying to sound cliche because I have not always been where I am right now, but there can be a place in your life where you are so content and you are so at peace and you are so happy and you've accomplished some things on your own and you are confident to know that you are God's girl. You will meet a man and you won't be so quick to say, oh, I think he's the one, or God is the one. You will be patient. And however the chips may fall, I'm content, because this is the thing. My happiness and my contentment wasn't based on me meeting a man, but the fact that now I'm able to introduce somebody into my life and we are able to build something that I'm already in a place of peace. I was already in a place of happiness. So now I'm able to include you in my life. It's not so much of how do you make the switch or how do you know if he's the one. Do you really know who you are? And you, I'm trying to say, when you know who you are, you know when somebody fits the puzzle versus you trying to force the puzzle.
Okay. Let me interview you. Let me just put this on you. So because I think somebody need to hear this, right? How did you prioritize discipline over desperation? What I'm about right now is that you had a level of discipline to be able to know. Yeah, I'm serious, because we're in a time now, man, that relationships are people's God.
You asked me,
and so if relationships is a person's God, then that means that desperation overrides discipline in a whole lot of areas. Right. And what you just explained was that's what just clicked in my mind. Like, discipline overrode desperation. And so a person may not articulate I'm desperate, but the expression of in their search in a relationship is definitely expressing desperation. But what you just explained was it was discipline over desperation. How did you do that?
Pain. I wish there was a better way to say it. Pain. You can get to a place in your life where you are hurting so deeply.
Oh my God.
And when you sit in the pain and then you understand the pain, and then God draws you out of the pain, and the pain that you were feeling slowly but surely, because before I even get to the surely, it's a slowly.
Okay.
So slowly, each day it gets better. And then when I realized that it's gotten better, not because of some body that I can physically touch, but if I sit in the pain, I wish I could explain this better, because it's not that you're sitting in the pain to get bitter. You're sitting in pain to realize that this hurt me so deeply, and I again.
Mhm.
So then you begin to put up boundaries in your life. And I'm not saying blocking people out or trying to get to this place where you let no one in.
Yeah, because that's the fear of disappointment.
But
yeah.
pain literally allowed me to put boundaries around myself, that when I saw something coming that looked similar, not because another man, or just because, you know, he maybe does this or do that, but when he sounds or he's treating me the way that I was already familiar with, it's one of those things when you sit in pain long enough, you're able to realize when pain is like about to walk back into your life.
It makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, when you sit in pain long enough, you begin to recognize, and you can smell pain when pain get close.
Yeah.
You can sense pain because you developed, when you sit in it for a while, you develop a relationship with it.
But you also develop to the place, because that's the other dangerous part.
Not to get stopped.
You can sit in pain and then you become suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that type of sitting in pain.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about sitting in pain and doing the work. And I ask myself, why did I allow myself to make these type of decisions? When I sit in pain, I'm doing the self-work, and I'm not placing the blame, but I'm taking accountability for my own decisions.
Yeah.
And then God starts revealing to me things about me. You made this decision because you were desperate.
Yeah.
You made this decision when you knew that he was nothing like what I would have for you. You knew he wasn't good for you. You knew when you met him, where you met him at, you knew it wasn't going to blossom in anything.
Yeah.
So I think that when you sit in pain and you do the self-work, and then you're not so eager, because that's the thing, things happen to us and we go through it, and rather than sitting in it, we just try to go replace it with somebody new.
Yeah.
And so that pain is never healed, it's unresolved. So I'm talking about sitting in pain.
Because a lot of times when people sit in pain and don't know what to do with their time, then they'll start thinking internally, they'll start telling themselves a lie, and the lie is this: time heals all wounds. No, time don't heal all wounds. Growth does.
Yes,
so in other words, when you were sitting in the pain, you was trying to grab a new perspective. You was trying to see it the way God seen it.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't see it the way God seen it, then it was going to be wasted pain.
You're right about that.
Wasted pain equals to wasted time.
Yeah.
And wasted time means that all I'm getting ready to do is just go make the same choice over again.
And then you start this cycle of pain.
Yeah, for sure. And so I'm older, but I'm still making the same choices.
I want to say something. I ended up blocking the person, but I'm going to say it because they actually said something to make me think about it. They hopped on one of the videos and they were like, I'm so sick of hearing her talk about this type of stuff and her past experiences. Pastor James, when I sat in the pain, one of the things I promised him this. I said, if you get me out of this, and if you take this pain away from me and I do the work, I will allow my life to be an open book. When you get healed and you see other women that are hurting and suffering, and when you know you have the medicine, because it has not been, it's something about me always wanting to go back and get who I used to be.
Okay.
So if I've got to put myself on the cross, and if I'm doing it from a place because I have this women to see who they are, not just who they are, but whose they are. And so sometimes it makes you go back and remember that version of yourself. But you can be healed, and then God will make you whole, and you will remember that it happened, but you will forget what it felt like.
Yeah.
So I'm going back and remember what happened to me. Now I'm going back and get what this place year after year after year. 50, 60, more years
So, to what you just said, I think people need to hear this. You qualify your voice to get heard. That's things. Succeed and suffer too. Right? It says that a lot of people got everybody has a story. But when you get so heard, choices and you get on it's been sorry. A lot the person the reason yeah. And then social media, you know. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Media, it's me. It's like because you kept you so is